guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go into London, but at the same time I'm going to film 5 of my biggest fitness tips that, I don't know, they're mistakes that I always used to make when I first started, so I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes, and hopefully this can help. So 5 of them, I'm going to do like a running total, so the last one is going to be the top tip for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, it's a nice day in London and I feel like I need some sunshine in the city, so let's go. Honestly, when I first started, I did purely just start training for looks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But in the end, that just became really demotivating because, I don't know, like the training just became really repetitive for me and I just got bored. I got so bored of training. So one of my top tips is always to kind of experiment, see what works for you. If it's dance, tennis, rock climbing, surfing, whatever it is, and then harness that and work on performance, because that's what's going to keep you training for years and years to come, and that's what's going to keep you going back to the gym and trying to get better and better. In return, because you are training passionately and intensely, and every session you actually want to go to and you're trying your hardest, your physique will change, and probably in the way that you wanted it to. Like, definitely for me, that's what's happened. But yeah, for me, like the biggest thing was to just kind of work on performance, and everything after that just makes life a lot happier, you know, because you're happy to train, you're excited, you feel good, and you'll become good at it as well. So that's one of my biggest tips. So the next thing is, you will not always feel motivated. Honestly, there are so many times where I just don't feel motivated. I don't feel motivated. Motivation is not something you can just kind of like wish upon yourself. Some days you feel it, some days I feel it at the most randomest times ever, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I'll be sat in a cafe and I'm like, I'm so motivated, but I've got to do work, rather than actually I can't go to the gym, so I can't use it when I want, like how I want. The best thing I'd say when you don't feel motivated is to, one, hopefully you've made this kind of like a habit. So if you go to the gym like 3 times a week on these specific days, that's just a done thing. Like, that time is allocated to you going to the gym, and you're going to train on those days, even when you don't feel motivated. It's just a thing. For me, the best thing I used to do was just, as soon as I got out of the door and started walking to the gym, I knew that I was like ready to go. But that first step of actually getting out of the door and putting my gym clothes on used to be like the hardest one. And know that 90% of the fight is in like the first 5 minutes. So if you just go there, I guarantee that once you're there, you'll feel motivated and ready to train. The only time I'd say to give yourself a rest when you don't want to go to the gym is if you really you've been overtraining, you don't feel well, something's just not quite feeling right, and it's something other than just kind of like, oh, I can't really be bothered, then it's the right time to kind of take a rest. But other than that, you just gotta stay disciplined, keep at it, just make that first initial step, and then you'll feel absolutely fine and you'll get your gym session done. Not my cup of tea. Do you know what? I find dragon fruit so pretty. They just don't taste that great. Oh my gosh, look at these. They're like, it's as if they've been polished. Okay, so this is one of the hardest tips it took for me to learn, because for such a long time I'd like restricted my diet to being something really specific, and in the end it didn't really help me at all. So the next tip is that food is your best friend. Don't be afraid to kind of experiment, see what works for you, trying different foods, seeing like what gives you the most energy, because food is what will give you the energy to train, to make you train as hard as you can, and also to help you recover and increase your metabolism, which I've talked about in another video. So food is really your best friend, and that's one of my biggest tips. I can't tell you how much I appreciate just having such like a flexible way of looking at food and kind of just taking whatever I want, taking what my body wants, because it makes training and life so much easier and so much like happier. So yeah. Guys, if ever you are here in Christmas time, you have to come to Fortnum & Mason because they have such a good Christmas section. And if you're a bit of a Scrooge, then this will definitely like erase any element of non-Christmas you have. How are y'all feeling today?
Right on, right on.
So it's like not actually donut time, but I feel like there's no time for donuts. You just have one, right? So I'm gonna have one, and I'll have extra time now because someone's jumped in front of me. So that means I get more time to choose. Thank you. Oh my god. I don't even know what yuzu is, but I love it.
Pretty good?
That's way nicer than the other one.
Okay, can I have my half now?
I can't stop eating it. I'm supposed to be sharing it. So it's a little bit chilly. I've got my jumper on, but the next tip I wanted to share with you was to take time and be aware that things take a really long time, both in the sense of like physique wise and also in terms of performance. So physique, it really took me 3.5 years to look how I do now, and I did have some muscle on me before, so that's just because things take a really long time. You have to prioritize on technique, which can take a long time as well, and then in terms of performance, again, strength takes a really long time to build up. I started squatting on 40 kilos, now I'm squatting 110 kilos, but that's 3.5 years later. And at first I got really disheartened because I thought I was doing something wrong. Even after a year I was like, I haven't really seen much of a difference. I feel like everyone's lying to me, or I'm just doing everything wrong. And it's not the case, it's just that I wasn't being patient enough. So bear that in mind, don't let it put you off, don't get disheartened. It's just that good things take time to come to fruition. So there you go. And then the last and most important tip of all is to just keep things simple. So not having like specific foods to kind of stick with, not worrying about specific times to eat your meals, not worrying about like doing this weird exercise to kind of boost your training, not worrying about like which supplements to take, things like that. I don't do any of that stuff. Like if I feel hungry, I'm gonna eat. If I'm tired during a workout, like I know that I should have probably fueled myself a little bit more. All it comes down to is kind of just working really hard, so still working hard in the gym, being consistent, and then just having like the flexibility to just enjoy things. That's probably my biggest tip, because I've done it. Like I've done like these 2-week things to get really lean, or I've tried like this one weird like vinegar thing, you know, just to like make a difference. And it got like, for me, the biggest thing that helps is just keeping everything really, really simple, not worrying about anything. I don't take supplements personally, and just like being flexible and like enjoying things. And that's what's helped with everyone I've worked with as well. So yeah, that's my biggest tip, is to just keep things simple, don't worry about the small things, work hard, be consistent, and enjoy it. So that's the end of the video. I really hope you like these little tips. Those are the tips that kind of I really wish I knew when I started. So I hope that wherever you are, this can like be useful to you, and that you guys find it useful. And if you do, please give me a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys very soon. Try not to trip over a step. Bye!